Alright, welcome back to race number 2 of 36 here of the CGB CUBECAR League. We are racing at California Speedway today, also known as Auto Club Speedway. But if you're a boomer, not really a boomer, but if you're an OG like me, you're going to call it California Speedway because it's way cooler. While we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at the starting grid for today's race at California. Starting up front is Doge Cube, first pole of the season, followed by the Among Us Cube alongside row number 1. Row number 2 is Gun and Packmobile. And then row number 3 is No Maidens and Hee 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 Hog, who came very close to winning this race in season 2. That video is still up. Row number 4, Cole and Sheepmobile will start together. Then row number 5, Donkey Kong and Squid Games. Row number 6, Memori Cube and Squidward. Row number 7, Bob the Builder and Igus. Row number 8, Trolling and Jinx. Row number 9, Sanic and a new Sanic and a new debut for this weekend. It's BV for this race. For number 10, Chow and Hubris. For number 11, Imposter and Lightning Queen. For number 12, Bloodclot and I'm Mr. Gallia Lost. I am going the wrong way. For number 13, God, I'm going the wrong way. It's confusing me. For number 13, Race the One in Fear. Number 14, Daisy and Dumb Cat. Row number 15, Pecorine and Sands Club. Row number 16, Goots and So Retro. Row number 17, Egg Dog and Omori Jr. Row number 18, Melee Fox and Raccoon. And rounding out the field is the last race winner, the Racer and Cubendorf, who blew an engine in qualifying, so that's not a very good start to the race this weekend. This time around.
Drivers, to your car.
Well, we're back here again. We'll get ready to race. 125 laps, same amount of regular distance, so it should be around the same length of a race as it was last week. Now it'll be interesting to see who wins this time around. Also, I got my mic fixed, hopefully. So that'll be nice. Because for whatever reason, my mic did not show up last time in the settings. But the pace car pulls off, and we're about to go green for the first time at California this season. And the green flag is out, and Doge Cube gets a very good start off the line. And Gun back there in the 47 did not get as good of a start, as they're already starting to fan out here at California. They're 4 wide back there. Squidward way up on the top. Falling a lot. Falling like a rock. They are still 4 wide on the back straightaway. That's how insane this track can get, is that they can start racing real crazy in a matter of seconds after they start. Looks like they're about to go 5 wide. BV in the 66. Debut race. Almost threaded the needle between Omori Cube and Igus to make it 5 wide. Ooh, BV right on the back bumper of Jinx in the 42, already making a first impression in their first race. But now we've got a pass for the lead Gun in the 47, making a run to the inside of Doge Cube. They are side by side on the back straightaway here on lap number 2. Some help from the 53 of Among Us. It looks like Gun is going to take the lead away for the first time today. We've got another potential pass for the lead as the 53 of Among Us takes a look to the inside. Got a good view of the whole field here coming out of turns 1 and 2. We've got No Bitches in the 31 on the inside as well. This track is a little bit more friendly to racing the outside lane than Daytona, but it's still not as optimal as running the inside lane. But they will fan out a lot on this track because it is very wide and very fast compared to other tracks on the schedule. Some more three-wide action back here between Mori Cube, who's stuck in the middle once again. It'll be interesting to see if any of these cubes will actually be able to make up some spots. The Squid Game's now stuck in the middle between Chow and Jinx. Squid Game's gonna make a dive to the bottom. Don't know how that's gonna work out, but that will not stand for Bloodclot, who's still on the inside. Not gonna let that 0-1 down to the bottom lane unless something happens here. Now they're starting to thin out a little bit, but back in the back, see Lightning McQueen went 3 wide for a little bit there. Actually, no, it was Dumbcat or Mori Jr. Actually, this whole pack was starting to get a little crazy. But here comes So Retro to make a move on Mori Jr. I know they're starting to go back to racing 2 wide, but then again, they'll probably start fanning out again later on. Oh, battle for the lead. Looks like a 3-wide battle for the lead. Looks like Cole's Cube looking to take the lead for the first time in the series, actually. Did not lead a single lap at Daytona. Now's the chance to take it away for the first time this season, with the 06 of Sanic looking behind as well to give a bit of a push. And there's Pac-Mobile in the 97 and Donkey Kong in the 98. Still side by side. Pac-Mobile takes a look. Here comes Gun as well. They're going to make it 4 wide for the lead in turn 1 if Pac-Mobile gets a good run. There's 4 wide for second, though. Look at this bunch of cars right here battling for position. It may be a cloudy day here in California by the looks of the lighting, but there certainly is a lot of open air for these cubes to get around and go for the lead as Pac-Mobile takes a look but loses a bunch of momentum after getting door slammed by 28 of Cole. Among Us runs the top lane as Bob the Builder in the top 5 for the first time today. Or at least looking to stay in the top 5, but that outside lane continuing to work wonders for that 53 as the 53 of Among Us will continue to keep that second place position as they start to get a bit of a breakaway from our leaders. Sheepmobile looking to the middle, but Chow Cube on the inside also looking to make up some spots after starting mid-pack. There's Gun in the 47 diving way down to the bottom. Actually regrets that decision and will stay in line with everyone else. Look through the rest of the field, see if there's any more 3-wide action throughout the rest of the group. No, everyone started. Actually, no, there's some 3-wide action right here at the back. Sands Club in the 21 making up some spots to Dumbcat and Omori Jr. There's last race winner, the 16 of the Racer, trying to get up from that last row starting spot. And the 45 of Raccoon, oh wow, gets very close with So Retro, almost makes contact with the 08. So that'll send the 08 up the track. Meanwhile, they're going back to 3-wide over here. As the 44 of Daisy making some moves. We're on 13 of Fear. And a big dive to the inside for Daisy. Picks up 1, 2, 3 positions. I think Donkey Kong is holding them up on the outside lane, but Daisy's going to pick up a lot of important spots here. Oh wow, almost 4 wide again with Doge Cube and Sanic, but they decide against it. Now Doge Cube's going to go 3 wide for the 4th position as Cole's Cube making a bit of a breakaway ahead of our leaders. The last time I ran this, it ended up being a fuel mileage type of race, which means cars were running out of fuel before the race ended. So that might happen again here, but who knows. Sanic to the bottom lane, making some moves. Sanic didn't have much of a showing at Daytona last race. But they're all really battling with each other now to see who can get up to be the next leader. Meanwhile, at the back, it looks like Eggdog has lost. There's not really a draft here. It's just that they look to be the slowest cube on the track right now. Meanwhile, some good action in the mid-pack right here. So Retro once again making up some spots. Hopefully doesn't get involved in an incident. Earlier in this race, later in the race, I mean. Well, we've seen some 4 wide action. We've seen some crazy racing early on at California, but this is a track where crazy racing is definitely not a surprise. We've seen some good racing, but we've also seen some nasty crashes at this track. So maybe today, like Daytona, we'll be saved from some nasty crashes. But Cole's Cube continues to lead here at lap 14. As they're still very close to each other throughout the rest of the turns. Getting a bit of draft with each other. How about BV in the 66 started mid-pack and is now making their way up to the top 15, almost the top 10 now. Sitting pretty in, I believe, 12th. Might actually get up to the top 10 if they make a move on the inside line here. Was not entered in the entry list for Daytona. Was finished, but was not entered. But now they are entered here for California. And here comes the 5 of hee-hee-ha around the inside lane. Really, like I said, oh, we got a battle for lead up front. Trolling trying to make a pass on Cole for the lead. But it lost a lot of speed in turns 1 and 2, and now Gunn is the closest cube to passing Cole for the lead. Maybe some shots will be fired tonight. Or really today, as it is a day race. Now they're all really close to each other now, as Cole's Cube has lost a lot of speed. All alone out front. Doge Cube, our pole sitter, making through the middle, going 3 wide. Might actually pick up some positions here. How many times will Cole's Cube be able to block the leaders, or the rest of our leaders? Actually, no, Trolling in the 33 going for the lead now. In turns 3 and 4. And looks like the leader that time will be Trolling by 2/100ths of a second. A very close margin between our leaders for that lead position. But looks like that 33 started to get away a little bit. And here comes Gunn on the inside of Cole's Cube as well. For position. There are some cubes out here that are looking for a good finish after DNFing at Daytona. One of them is Pac-Mobile, who had a mechanical failure last race at Daytona and had a mechanical failure in practice. So that is not really a good omen for this race, but they're running strong so far, but who knows how that'll end up. And another cube that needs a good finish today is Sheepmobile, who is right here. Was the last place finisher last race at Daytona, running now with Daisy and I believe that's Pecorine on the outside lane. No, it's Racelit on the outside lane, but that cube also needs a good finish today after what happened at Daytona. Sanic making a 3 wide move on Doge Cube and Among Us, but they have no momentum and they're going to get no spots from that exchange. But now Trolling is your new leader. Gunn to second. Cole's Cube fades back to third and is now probably going to be swallowed into this middle line. And it's probably not going to have much room to defend for itself. As Doge Cube gets around without any problems, the 06 of Sanic is going to get around as well. But they're going to be racing this close to each other for practically the whole race, and this is how it will be for a majority of the tracks this season, besides maybe the road courses, which will be very interesting to see. how that works. But our first road course is about halfway through the season. That's Sonoma. So we'll see how that works out. And it's a version of Sonoma that has been lightly tested. So it may or may not work correctly. So who knows if that's even the case. But if it does or doesn't work correctly, I might as well just... Who knows? Who knows if that'll work correctly or not. Got some 3-wide action back here. Pecorine, Melee Fox, and So Retro in a 3-wide formation together. Following Squid Games in the 0-1, who has fallen off a little bit. And I'll tell you, last race winner, the Racer, started way in the back, making up a lot of positions now. But under fire from the 45 of Raccoon and Lightning McQueen right behind as well. But so far, watch out for that 16 late in the race. They could be a threat to win twice in a row. Doge Cube has moved up to third. Looks like Sanic will round out the top 5 as Bob the Builder looking to get around Cole's Cube. But now they're starting to spread out a little bit out front. The only exception being Doge Cube being the only brave soldier around here, making a pass for second, maybe even a pass for the lead, as they've got a lot of momentum out of turns 3 and 4. Yeah, now they're all starting to thin out a little bit, which is good. That means they don't have to race each other that bad. I mean, usually they end up wrecking each other that way, but who knows? We may not even see that today. Oh, Pac-Mobile makes a very risky move to the inside of Jinx in the 42. Well, Mori Cube in the 2 is going to push Pac-Mobile a little bit. Looks like Pac-Mobile will not get that spot and instead have to settle for the outside lane. Gun has fallen back a little bit as well to Among Us, and here comes Sanic in the 06, making it 3 wide for third for a little bit. Here comes, oh wow, Among Us in the 53 made a big run on the back straightaway, and here comes the 53 to make another move on Gun, who continues to lose more spots as the 33 of Trolling continues to lead. And Chow Cube has moved up to 7th or 8th. Meanwhile, back at the mid-pack, not too much action besides this group right here. Squid Games continues to fall back after having a good starting position. Actually, they're going up to the top to block Melee Fox, but that'll just allow Melee Fox to get an advantage. Or maybe I cursed them by saying that, but who knows? I wouldn't know, honestly. But a lot of cubes are taking advantage of that very wide front straightaway to get down and potentially get some spots, as Cole's Cube, who led earlier, is now falling back a lot more. But those 5 bonus points will definitely help towards the end. Chow Cube making a run for the top 5. And will very easily get that spot away from the 53, as well as Cole making a move on the 53, and will also take that spot away. Three-wide battle here between Dragalia, Lost Daisy, and So Retro on the outside lane. Here comes Squid Games on the inside as well, looking to finally make up some spots again. This 30 of Sheepmobile back there goes way up the track, loses some momentum back there. It's probably going to lose a spot or 2 from that. But yeah, now they're really starting to spread out a little bit, so who knows? I believe the pit window for this race is around lap 40. So we'll probably see our first set of green flag pit stops around, that time. There's the 5 of Hee 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 Haw, who, like I said, almost won this race in Season 2, ran out of fuel on the last lap, and it ended up going to someone else who is in this race right now. I mentioned it last week at Daytona, or the last race at Daytona. Technically it was, no, it was part of the same week because it was a Sunday. Yeah, now they're starting to spread out. We're starting to see less action between everyone in the field. Looks like Kubendorf has made their way up from that last place starting position. And Eggdog really having a very bad day. Going to be the Sands Club of this race. Even Sands Club is not having a good day once again. I believe Sands Club is one of our road course ringers, so they should probably have very good speed on one of those races later on. Or maybe at Las Vegas next race on Friday. Patrolling continues to lead. Sanic in second now. And Gunn actually making a bold move to try and go back to third. Bob the Builder is going to be relegated back to fifth. But they're still side by side. Side by side, actually, because they're 3 wide, and now they're all going to go back in one line. Not a lot of battles going on right now. This is 66 of BV. Continuing to make up more spots on the track. Very impressive first start for that team. As Amori Cube makes their way to the outside of that cube. So Retro and Squid Games trying to get around Goots in the 7. Another turn for 30 of Sheepmobile, going very wide on turns 1 and 2. I don't know what their plan is there to do that. Got a light battle going on here between the 13 and the 80. Fear and Raceland. And then Melee Fox and Igus battling together in their lane. And there's Squidward, who started way out front and now has fallen way in the back. Started outside pole, and that's not what you want to see from a team that did pretty well at Daytona, but here, not that much. Ooh, looks like Sanic's making a pass for the lead. Actually, they're making a pass for third. Bob the Builder has a better run on the outside lane, but Sanic might get it this time by. Looks like they will, and Bob the Builder is going to be forced up to the outside. Here comes Chow Cube in the 96 looking to get to the top 5. They're going to take the middle line. Interesting. Chow Cube is going to get pushed out back to the bottom lane. Pulls Cube all by itself. Then Donkey Kong, the leader of this little pack right here, with Little Pack's Cube in it. Packmobile. There's some more battles going on back here. Daisy trying to get around No Pitches in the 31. Who started up front and has fallen back to the top 15. Helicopters going over. I swear, living next to a military base is usually not fun when you're streaming. Yeah, we've already found our outlier for today's event. But Trolling continues to lead some more. Sanic and the 06 making their way up the track. Not a lot of action. There's some action in the mid-pack right here. BV continuing to make up some spots. Might actually get into the top 10 in the next few laps. But you can see their lap times are starting to wind down a little bit, which means that their tires are starting to get pretty worn out. So in the next few laps, we should start to see them on pit road. Which will make for some interesting strategy. So Retro in the 08 has finally caught up to Goots. Let's see if they can make a pass. But Goots is going to slam the door on them. And Squid Game is actually going to make the outside lane work a little bit as they get around the 01 and the 08 of So Retro. Now Fear and Lightning McQueen battling each other. Fear has actually fallen back quite a bit. Fallen down to 29th. continuing to lose a lot of speed. But up front, positions seem to be mostly the same. Trolling is doing a really good job of keeping this lead. There's Bob the Builder and Sanic battling each other for third. Cole's Cube trying to make a run on Chow Cube for the 6th position. And then they'll start fanning out a little bit more back here. As now Hee 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 Ha and the 5 trying to make up some room. To the 53 of Among Us, who started super well and is now falling back potentially out of the top 10. But now this group is caught up to BV in the 50, 66. Let's see if Daisy Cube will actually take a look to the inside. No, not today. Those 2 past winners in the series, Lightning McQueen and Igus, battling each other for, I believe that's 27th. Not really a good showing for either. But the leaders have all strung themselves out to a freight train up front. Not a lot of passing going on up here because they're all faster than the rest. But pit stops should change some stuff since they're all running super close together. As Bob the Builder now looking for second. Oh, someone already on pit road. Oh, the 16. Is that who I think it is? Yep, last race's winner, the racer Engine up in smoke. What the hell did I just see in the chat? Oh, and they hit the wall, and that's gonna bring the yellow out, I think. Is it not gonna bring out the yellow? That car's just stopped on track. Wow, that is weird. I've never seen that happen before at this track. I don't think they've ever blown up on the front straightaway like that before. That is weird. But tough luck for last race's winner, the racer, who might actually end up going from first in one race to last in the next. I'm actually shocked that it didn't bring out the yellow, since considering they were halfway across the track on, basically on the exit of pit road, when the rest of these cubes should be pitting soon. Let's see what the damage on that was. 0.9? Yeah, that's done. That's your last car winner. Man, going from race winner to last car winner in 2 separate races is definitely not what that team needs. That is very strange indeed. I've never seen anything like that happen before. But now these leaders up front, this top 5 group, starting to catch up to each other before they start hitting. Gun in the 47 trying to make up some spots, as they're actually starting to get some passing in. This race probably won't have as many leaders as Daytona would, but it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Squidward is actually on pit road right now. Might be the first of our green flag pit stops, as they have fallen back quite a bit since the start of the race, so it makes sense that they would be on pit road first, try and figure out what's going on. Is anyone else coming in? Can't really tell. Nope, just the 10. So I think green flag pit stops are about to start very soon. It's got a bit of a battle here for position. The leaders have formed a bit of a breakaway from the rest of the field. Well, the 4 had an engine problem. Oh yeah, that was during qualifying, so that doesn't even matter. That was. Oh, 10 is now coming off the pit road. Actually, the 10 had damage from something. Weird, so the 10 must have gotten hit. Actually, let's go back and see what happened with the 16. Because they might have damaged the 10. So here's the 16 right in front of the 10 of Squidward. Yeah, they must have blown an engine right in front of the 10 of Squidward, and it caused them to come down pit road with some front end damage. We'll fast forward a little bit to the front straightaway where that happened. Dumb Cat might have gotten some damage too. That was right there. right there where the 16 blew up. Yeah, the 10 might have gotten a little bit of damage from that, which is probably why they came down pit road. Doesn't look like anyone else has come down just yet. So yeah, it might be a few more laps until we start seeing some more cubes come down. 16's still on pit road. Not sure if they're going to retire just yet. Oh, never mind. They just did. That's accident damage, surprisingly. Oh, trouble! The 16 of 6 of Sanic goes around. Caution is out. Oh, right in the middle of the track, and Daisy's going to hit them. So is No Maidens. And oh, the big one at California is going to take out a lot of cubes. Up and over goes the 31 of No Maidens. The 63's in the wall. The 02, the 07. The dreaded consequence of every race is the big one. The 30 has terminal damage. The 21 is done for the day. The 44 is done. What a disaster coming out of turn 4. What even happened there? I'll have to go back and look. But the caution's out for the first time today. And a lot of good cubes were probably taken out from that crash. At lap 43 or 44. Now everyone's going to start coming on pit road now, but let's go back and see what happened to the 06. They just shot up the track out of nowhere and caused a huge crash involving a lot of other cubes. So yeah, this is Sanic running with the 33 of trolling. Let's actually look at the helicopter cam, which is a little bit loud because of the sound effects, but oh well, it's fine. So yeah, I think the 6 got tapped by the 46 of... Oh yeah, they did. They got tapped. They're trying to come to pit road. Hit the rear end first. And then total chaos from there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The 11 is involved, the 18, the 07. And then up front, it is just mayhem. Melee Fox is involved. 63 gets some damage, 21 gets terminal damage. Omori Jr., take a look at what he did. He had to wall ride like Ross Chastain to get out of that one. Let's actually go on board with the 02 and see their point of view of this wreck. But yeah, like I said, nasty crashes have definitely been a thing here at Auto Club. Actually, they didn't get out of there completely scot-free, but I know one that did. And that was the 34 of Imposter. So let's see what happened here. Taking the outside lane, everyone else is wrecking in front of him. There goes the 31 rolling over. Cubes aren't supposed to do that. Take a look at what he did. Wall rides. Oh, and he hits the 30. So I guess they didn't get out of there scot-free. Old Ross Chastain over there. And let's get a... I don't have free cam on. Hold on. Let me turn on free cam real quick. Where is it? There it is. Is that actually going to work? Hold on. We're going to go to free cam. We're going to look at that wreck. We're going to rewind. Alright. Let me show you the magic of free cam. Whoa! Ooh, I'm moving it all by myself. It's a little slow, but it works. So it happened right around the exit of turn 4. Cole's Cube and Gun were already coming down pit road. So yeah, I think this 06 of Sanic was trying to get a run, but we'll get a good view of everything right here. Control Q, and then... Actually, there's more out of turn 3 where everything started happening. So we'll move over there, past the Sunoco sign. And chaos. There's the 31 going up and over. That keeps definitely done for the day. Squid Games is done. The 13 also involved. Yep. That is absolutely the big one. Uh-oh. Alright, there we go. So let me disable free cam real quick. I don't even know how many competitive cubes there are left, but it was a massacre out here today. How many laps are we back to green? A couple more, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens after that. But wow, what a disappointment for so many that entered into this race. Looks like the 10 is a lap down, so they'll line up on the inside lane. That's one rule that this game does. So I think everyone all the way up to... oh god. I think everyone all the way up to the 20 of Eggdog is still able to run pretty decently, because McQueen has no damage, I don't think. Actually, Gunn has some damage. I think everyone all the way up to Cubendorf or Packmobile will be able to run with the leaders, which is... oh god, look at that retirement list. Oh no. Oh god, this is a massacre. That's Dumbcat is out, Goots is out, Daisy is done, the 31 is done. I believe that is no Maidens is done. Squid Games is done. Sanic is done. 13 of Fear is done. The 92 is done. The 18, the 21, the 66, the 07, the 30, the 19, the 34. Yep, that's the big one. I didn't expect to have it at a track like this, but considering we didn't have one at Daytona, we were a little bit overdue. But it was bound to be big after that 60, after the 06 Sanic came back up on the track after being forced on the wall by the 46 of Bob the Builder. So blame Bob the Builder for causing that crash, or blame it on Sanic for not clearing himself. But we are now back to green at California. Trolling gets a pretty good jump from the leaders as they now try and get around the 10 of Squidward, who may or may not slow them down. Yeah, it is absolutely makes the accident at Daytona look like a joke. We're only going to have like 14 or 15 competitive cubes by the end of this one. But the ones that didn't get involved, like Dragalia Lost, Raceland, So Retro, Packmobile, are now back in the top 10. Could potentially end up winning this race. And Squidward doesn't count because he's a lap down, but good God, what a massacre we just had. Actually, they're 2 laps down, so they need a couple lucky breaks. Oh, wow, what is happening here? I don't like this at all. I do not like this at all. Yeah, Red, you're lucky your cube actually managed to get out of that one without retiring from the race. Now, yeah, everyone all the way up to Cubendorf and McQueen, I think, are still, actually, no, everyone all the way up to Eggdog is still pretty much without any damage. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens later on in this race. But yeah, it's practically confirmed that the 16 of the Racer will be the last car winner. And following that cube will be the 63 of Dumb Cat, then Goots, then Daisy, then the 31. I keep forgetting what the 31 is. It's No Maidens. The one that rolled over and over on its side. Which is surprisingly easy to do in this mod because of how the way physics work. 3 wide action back here. Donkey Kong trying to make up some spots. Was hanging out in the top 10 when the wreck happened earlier. There's Gunn in the 47 on the outside lane. They got to try racing each other nicely now because of what happened on lap 43, but who knows if they'll actually race each other nicely, because I've seen some bad wrecks of this track from pack racing alone. Well, then again, in a league race that I'm in, they wrecked on lap 2. One of the cars was sent flying around like a Rocket League car. It was pretty nuts. But Doge Cube continues to lead. That's your pole sitter here at California. Actually, Omori Jr. is actually keeping up with the leaders, which is something I didn't expect him to do after practically wall riding to get through that wreck. They might not still have that same speed, but yeah, you can definitely tell the 42, the 11, the 5, the 45, all with damage from the past crash. Now struggling to keep pace with the leaders, so that is very unfortunate for those cubes. Actually, they might hold up the leaders at one point before we get done to the next round of pit stops. But if this ends up being a fuel mileage race like it was last time I ran something like this, we might end up having a very funny winner that may not even be one of these leaders. It's still possible for one of these cubes back here with damage to end up winning this race through fuel mileage. I've seen it happen. But unfortunately, the past winner of this race, the 19 of August, will not go back-to-back after they retired from that crash. We got a battle for the lead. Bob the Builder going to the bottom, try and pass the 00 of Doge Cube. Looks like it'll work out with no issues whatsoever. Is Trolling trying to get back up to the lead? There's Raceland in the 80, who I also don't think has led a lap this season. I don't think they've led a single lap at Daytona, but now is their big chance to get those 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Running close with Donkey Kong as the 25 of DeGralia lost on the bottom lane with help from Gunn. This is also the best run that 25 has had all season. Meanwhile, Squidward continuing to lose some more spots. Actually, not really losing any spots, just losing track position that they so desperately need to get back on the lead lap. But Chow Cube has definitely been one of the fastest. Actually, who is the fastest? It's the 46. Bob the Builder. Also, Chow Cube, just like I mentioned, one of the fastest cubes out there, making some moves around trolling for that 3rd position. Gotta watch out for that cube at the end of the day. Try and make a pass for the lead. And Bob the Builder officially makes the pass. Get ahead of the 00 of Doge Cube. But Doge Cube's going to fight back on the back straightaway. Has a better run because they were on the outside. And Doge Cube will take that lead back. And here comes the 96 of Chow. Thought about it, but now they're sticking to the outside lane. That might actually work out for the 96 here. They don't seem to be catching the slower cubes anytime soon. But Chow Cube to 2nd. Almost won at Daytona last week, but ended up getting shuffled out. Or last race, not last week. That's just habit. Raceland the 80, trying to hold off the 33 back there. Donkey Kong actually making a pass through the middle to try and get ahead of both the 53 and the 08. Among Us and So Retro respectively, but now you can see the Eggdog is actually starting to make up some positions, running better laps. I guess they made some adjustments on pit road. They're now running 13th with Cubendorf, then Colden, McQueen, and then the cubes that have damage from earlier running all alone by themselves. Wide for, I believe, the 4th position. Who's going to be the winner out of this exchange? It looks like the 80 of Raceland's going to be the biggest loser of this exchange. They're losing more spots to Trolling and now Donkey Kong. But ChubeCube continuing to stay in this top 3. Doing pretty well so far as we're about to hit the halfway mark at lap 63. And that'll be our save point. So if the game crashes after lap 63, then CUBECAR, actually whoever leads at that lap, will be declared the winner. It looks like Bob the Builder is going to make a run for that spot right now. Who's it going to be out front? Bob the Builder still not clear of the 0-0 of CUBECAR. Still side by side for the lead coming into turns 3 and 4. CUBECAR has an advantage on the outside lane. He's going to make it work this time by. And CUBECAR will be the leader, so we are going to do this. Bob the Builder will go back out front. Actually, let's scroll this back up now. Meanwhile, So Retro continuing to make up positions to the 80 of Raceland, holding them off on the outside. And Eggdog now in the running in this pack as well. Absolutely, like I said earlier, running way better laps than what they did before. Bob the Builder is still the fastest lap, but now the second fastest is the 53 of Among Us. For valuable top 5 and top 10 positions, these spots are key to getting the most amount of points that you can, as Donkey Kong is going to try and get around the lap cube of Squidward, who is on pace with the leaders, but is still 2 laps down. So won't be able to make up or lose any positions at this rate unless they have an issue. But here comes the 53 making a run. Will they make it 3 wide? Very close between Donkey Kong and Among Us Cube. Almost got turned by the 53, same way that the 06 of Sanic did. And that would have been really bad since So Retro and Omori Cube were on the outside and would have probably been collected in that. Look at the 08, has a massive run on the front straightaway. We'll get away from our group back here. Is very close between the 2 and the 97. Almost made contact with each other as Pac-Mobile is going to lose a ton of spots there. From just almost making contact with the 2 of Omori Cube, and they're going to lose a spot to Eggdog now. Now Omori Cube sits way on the outside, and now they're starting to catch up to some of the slower cubes as these 2 are still battling for the lead up front. ChubeCAR has practically been left in the dust by our leaders right now, but could catch up before we get to our next round of pit stops around lap 80. Raceland in the 8, or speaking of the 80, the number 80, Raceland is making some moves around the 33 of Trolling for the 4th position Actually, could be a pretty good story if that 80 cube ends up winning in vengeance of their teammate who's going to end up finishing 25th after that. Actually, not 25th. They're going to end up finishing 29th after that crash. Yeah, they're starting to catch up to the 45 of Raccoon, who got a lot of damage from that first crash. Or second crash, really. Because the 16 just crashed itself, but another battle for lead as both of them slowed down. And here comes the 96, the huge run out of turn 4. Chow Cube going for second now. The highest placed cube eligible for the championship right now is the 46 easily gets around the 45 of Raccoon. But will be the same for the 96 and the 00 of Doge Cube. Doge Cube takes a look. Not exactly clear. Here comes the 80 and the 33 with big runs on the back straightaway, and the 00 is going to lose a lot of spots here if they continue to get slowed up by the 45. Yeah, meanwhile, Omori Jr. is losing some spots too. That damage is really starting to settle in with the aerodynamics of that key. What aerodynamics, you must say? Well, it probably still matters because that's a stat that these cubes take with damage, and they will lose speed overall. But Bob the Builder leads now. Chow in second, Racel in third. Another cube that's eligible for the championship. Here comes Omori Sr. to the inside of Donkey Kong. Not going to make much of a pass out of that as here comes Among Us in the 53 to try and take that spot away. That is the 7th position. Bulls Cube and Pac-Mobile battling it out for 12th. The next cube they're going to get around under green, hopefully, would be the 5 of Hee 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 Ha. Chow Cube in the 96. Looking for a win in their rookie season. Bob the Builder looking for their first win in their career. Actually, all of the top 5 are winless in their career. Actually, no, 33 is not winless. Trolling does have 3 wins from Season 2. Looking for a 4th. Ooh, looks like Bob the Builder is a little slow there. But it's a bit early for pit stops now, so maybe I'm thinking too much into it. As the 80 now goes to second. Oops, wrong camera. But by how much? Only a 100th of a second. Doge Cube looking to make it 3 wide, but instead will push the 80 to second place. Donkey Kong in the 98 looking as fabulous as ever, running in the top 5. Donkey Kong has also won a race in the past, but that was on a super speedway, and that was Talladega. So who knows if he'll go back to back and win the Talladega race later this season. I believe that is race number 11. That'll be fun as we see 3 wide for second. Doge Cube, Bob the Builder, and Chow. But Chow is going to take the best out of that, but slides up the track a little bit. Very close racing between these 3 right now as they'll almost make contact. Bob the Builder and Chow almost wrecked each other coming out of that corner. And Bob the Builder's going to lose some spots to Doge Cube and Donkey Kong and the 33 of Trolling. And some more 3 wide action back here. Only for a moment as Omori Sr., I believe, to 6th or 5th now, actually. Actually, no, they'll stay in 7th. I am bad at counting. But Donkey Kong looking for that second place position as the 80 of Raceland takes the lead for the first time this season. Now all the leaders are getting bunched up again. This could be a sign that they are getting pretty slow and they're looking to come onto pit road soon. Bob the Builder is still the fastest cube on track right now, but Donkey Kong looking to take the lead away from Racelin in the 80. Ooh, slides up the track in turn 2, and here comes Doge Cube on the outside to try and take the lead away. And it will. Our Pulsator back out front, but for how long? This is some good racing right here. It's about to catch up to the 5. And how will they get around the slow car of Hihihiha? And now Mr. Gallia lost, and So Retro are up in this group as well. Chow Cube has actually lost out in a few positions. So let's see how they'll get around this slow cube of Hihihiha in the 5. Donkey Kong might actually get a good run. Never mind, they're all strung out together, but now Doge Cube's taking a look to the inside. Here comes the 98 to follow. There's the 80 of Racelin as well here. Omori Sr. And Chow Cube looking to get back up to 5th. Racelin moves up the track with a bump from the 2. Almost wrecks. And will slide up and almost lose a spot to the 2. Looks like they will lose a spot to the 2 of Omori Cube. As Omori Cube now taken to the way to the bottom, try and get around Donkey Kong. Doge Cube starts to get away now. This group's still battling it out back here, but the 5 is going to slow them down even more compared to our leaders. Now they're all starting to fan out back here. Brigalia lost and so Retro. Here comes Pat Cube. Are they going to go 4 wide in turn number 1? Nope, they almost did. Looks like Pat Cube bailed out of that exchange late in that little group. But now Donkey Kong trying to take the lead away for the first time today before they start coming down pit road once again. Now the real question is, if they pit now, will they be able to make it to the end without having to pit again? Because that's how the 19 won here before, off of not running out of gas at the end. So it looks like we might end up having a fuel mileage finish unless we have a caution in between this round of green flag pit stops and the last one. But they should be happening soon as the 53 of Among Us chases the 80 up the track, loses some momentum, and is going to lose a spot to Omori Sr. and possibly Chow Cube. But they're going to aggressively defend that position. Meanwhile, out here, both lap cars holding up Pac-Mobile and Cole from gaining any spots. But now Doge Cube gets ahead to more of a lead. But the question is, when will they start pitting? And how will they start pitting? And who will they start pitting? And what will they start pitting? And why will they start pitting? So many questions will be answered today on Criminal Minds, just on the latest episode of The X-Files. Where is my goddamn medic in Team Fortress 2? Still, no one is committed to coming down pit road just yet. Last time they came down was around 44. So within the next few laps, they should be around lap 88 now, looking to be the window, unless they come a little bit early. You didn't really miss much of anything, Red. They're supposed to come down pit road pretty soon. Among Us Cube looking to pass Racelin for the 5th position actually. Yeah, they're all starting to spread out now, which means they don't want to fucking wreck each other coming to pit road like they did last time. So hopefully they don't pull a stupid this time, trying to get to the pits. These are the next two they have to catch up, but I don't think they'll catch up to them before they come down. Omori Cube gets a good run off of turn 4. Might actually look to take the lead away from the Double Zero, who no doubt has led the most laps today. Taking a peek, but Doge Cube's going to close the door. Chow Cube back up to 3rd. Raceland looking to go back up to 4th. Chow Cube actually slows up in the corner. This will be an interesting battle for the 3rd position over here before they start coming to pit. Actually, some of the early pitters might start coming now. Among Us keeping the... Oh, wow, my God. I think the 53 made contact with the 80 there, shoved the 80 of Raceland up the track. I don't think that 80 Cube is going to be very happy with that. Not a very smart move to be pushing people out of the way to tracks like Auto Club or California, especially with what happened to the 06. Ooh, wow. 3-wide battle back here between Cole, Dragalia, Lost, and Gunn. Actually, Squidward, who is still 2 laps down. Oh no, is Cole going to try and make it 4 wide? No, they're too far out to try and make a move like that. But now we're hitting lap 86. They should, still unsure when exactly they're going to hit. We should start seeing. But they're going to try and stretch it out as much as possible so that they can make it to the end on fuel. Because right now, I believe almost everyone can make it on fuel if they pit now, unless they run out before the end of the race. So it's going to be very close on fuel, but now Omori Sr. trying to take a move for the lead. Doge Cube leads that lap by not by much, and Chow Cube has a very good run on the back straightaway. Let's see if Chow Cube will actually push Omori Sr. to the lead. Omori Sr. just might hit that intimidate button, just like another senior in real life did in his glory days. Talking about Dale Earnhardt. Oh my God. Ooh, someone's coming on pit road. Yeah, it's the 10 of Squidward, who pitted earlier than everyone else before the caution because of the damage that they had. Ooh, who is that coming on pit road there? I saw someone. Maybe that was just my imagination. Oh wait, it is Jinx on pit road. Looks like our first takers are on now. So Jinx was running with the 11 of Blood Clot, who had damage from the previous crash, coming in early. The 42, yep, 42 on pit road, taking a full can of fuel, 2 cans of fuel and all tires. Doge Cube is slowing down. Yep, Doge Cube coming on pit road now, I believe. Yep, here's your green flag pit stops. Donkey Kong with a very late commit to pit road. Almost got into the double zero, but Donkey Kong will actually be on pit road first. So Retro is on pit road, so is Gunn trolling Among Us. Omori Jr. on pit road, probably fixing damage. The 11's on pit road as well. Jinx is now exiting. And right now your leader is the Omori Sr. and then Bob the Builder. I'm not entirely sure if everyone will make it to the end, but we'll have to wait and see. As now the leaders are coming down pit road. 80's now in, yep, everyone's coming down now. So everyone's relatively close together on fuel, which will make it a very interesting strategy battle. Squidward's gonna try and get a lap back here. Be interesting to see where these cubes come out compared to the leaders. But we'll get a good view here. Actually, I don't have free cam enabled, so I can't really check. But they'll start coming around on this area right here. You'll be able to see them come around. So let's see. There's Omori Jr. up top coming around the front straightaway. And there's Raccoon, who's a lap down. There's Jinx, there's Blood Clot, and there's Donkey Kong. And Bob the Builder's going to come out first, then Raceland, then Pac-Mobile with a very good stop. But I think Donkey Kong's going to be your leader. by a long shot. Yep, Donkey Kong is going to be your leader. And all the guys that pitted late are going to lose a bunch of positions. Actually, Pac-Mobile probably benefited the most from those pit stops. Gained a lot of spots relative to everyone else. Looks like ChowCube lost a lot of positions off of that pit stop. So now the question is, how many of them will be able to make it to the end without having to pit once again, as Donkey Kong will lead laps for the first time today. But CUBECAR is right behind, looking to take away that position once again. So Retro is actually almost in the top 5 as well. And now it'll just be a matter of time. How many laps they have left on fuel, and will they be able to make it to the end? Getting around the lap cube of... Actually, he's stuck in lap traffic right now. CUBECAR has a huge run. They're both stuck behind lap traffic. Donkey Kong going to thread the needle through the middle. A very bold move, but lost a lot of momentum from trying to get around the 42. But now he's going to get away with the lead once again. And now these two, Bob the Builder and Among Us, are going to have a lot of... Not going to have a lot of trouble catching up to the leaders. And now CUBECAR will finally get around the 11. And so will Bob the Builder. But all eyes now are on Donkey Kong, looking to take away their second career win in the series. Bracelet and Gun battling for the 8th position. Actually, for the 7th position. How about Egg Dog? A big recovery from being last on the track earlier on before the wreck. Now is in potentially could get to the top 10 if they had the speed after adjustments on pit road. But they are definitely having a very good day today. On a slow cue, that's a 45 of Raccoon. Ooh, the 46 of Bob the Builder is going to get held up. No problem for CUBECAR. Very close for Bob the Builder, who had to squeeze around the inside to get around the lap of Raccoon. But this will be your lead pack towards the end, so it'll be interesting to see how they will race each other. Actually, you know what? Archibald jump scare. And that is all you'll see of Archibald. Blink and you'll miss it. Actually, I don't even know if he even showed up. I don't think he did, but oh well. Probably because the ticker is disabled. Ooh, trouble for the 08. That is so retro. Coming down to the apron. Slow on the track. Another cube that had an had trouble at Daytona. Another mechanical failure. That's 2 races in a row that So Retro will have a mechanical failure. That might be terminal for that 08. And they had such a good run. Started mid-pack, made their way back up to the front. And now this. Actually started more towards the back. They're going to try and fix that damage. But tough break for the 08, who was having such a good run. But they will be able to make it on fuel. However, they'll be a lap down, which is not optimal. Whereas right now, these 5 are your ones to watch right now to potentially win this race unless something happens. Raceland and Amori Sr. now getting around the lap cubes of Jinx and Blood Clot. Raccoon falling back even further back than everyone else. Actually, let's see what the fastest laps are right now after those tires. Bob the Builder still fastest, but now Among Us still second fastest, then Amori Sr., then 42 of Jinx is actually fourth fastest. Interesting. Actually, the 08, will the 08 continue? Yes, the 08 will actually continue this race, but we'll probably go another lap down. It'll probably be slower than everyone else, which is unfortunate. But Dogecube has taken the lead away from Donkey Kong. Dogecube has definitely been the class of the field all day. Started on pole, led the most laps, and looking to take away a win here at California. Mind you, Dogecube has never won in this series before. Not in Season 1, not in Season 2, not in the short-lived Season 3, before that was eventually canceled. But Dogecube has made all 3 seasons, and thus now is looking to come back and potentially win their first race. Bob the Builder also winless in their career, only started in Season 1 though. You got Donkey Kong, then Trolling, then Among Us Cube actually being run down by Squidward. Very strange interaction there. And then just the slow cube of Omori Jr. And everyone else back here. Actually, shoutouts to Cubendorf, probably the biggest gainer of the whole race. Started dead last after blowing an engine in qualifying. Now running 12th with the cube that they started right beside, which was Eggdog. Actually, no, they didn't start beside Eggdog, but they started very close to Eggdog. What a recovery for that 4 cube. A very good performance from that cube today. Bob the Builder has retained that second spot with only 25 laps to go this time by. Who is it going to be at the end? Donkey Kong now looking to make a move. Loses a lot of momentum, actually. Yeah, loses a lot of track position, and now here comes 33 of Trolling to take away that 3rd position from Donkey Kong. But if you think this race is bad with the wrecks we've had, y'all are not ready for Bristol and Martinsville and Iowa. Those are going to be absolute shit shows in terms of crashes. No one has really been able to challenge Dogecube that much, besides Bob the Builder and now Donkey Kong. But Donkey Kong now starting to fall off a little bit in terms of lap times. Actually, Bob the Builder was faster that lap than Dogecube, or the previous lap. But now everyone's starting to string out once again. We'll just have to see where everyone stands on fuel. I believe everyone's going to make it on fuel, but who knows? Who knows? We don't even know if they're going to make it on fuel, but Dogecube and the gang starting to catch up to the O2 of Omori Jr. That'll probably shake up the battle for the lead. Actually, who knows at this rate if that'll actually shake up the battle for the lead, but it's likely, and it's also unlikely considering how many times they'll block. As the race winds down, we'll slowly start to see what happens to the rest of the field. Donkey Kong eagerly trying to steal a win away from these top 2 who, like I said, never won. We'll just wait and find out what happens here. Donkey Kong actually right behind Bob the Builder now. Looking to make a run. Ooh, actually loses a lot of speed in the entry of that corner. Actually, probably brake too hard. And now Trolling is going to make a run to the outside to take away third. Bob the Builder looking to make a run on Doge Cube for the lead. How long will it be until Bob the Builder takes it away? And Among Us sitting quietly in fifth, just waiting for something to happen to these leaders. And now Trolling making a move on the 46 of Bob the Builder for the lead. Or not for the lead, but for second. Meanwhile, back here, the battling has started to fizzle out a little bit between these cubes as well. They've all started to string themselves out before the end of this race. But as the lap times start to wear down, you'll be able to see that they won't probably be able to make it on fuel. I think they will be able to make it on fuel because they pitted pretty late into the pit cycle, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens here at Auto Club. Because if we go back and see, everyone else pitted on lap 89, so they'll most likely be able to make it on fuel. We gotta miss a little thing. Oh, trouble for the 96. That's Chow Cube. Another cube that's such a good run. Now going back down the apron with problems. Damage to the tire. And we'll have to come down pit road early. Tough break for the 96. Had almost the same issue as So Retro. But finished good at Daytona, but now this is definitely not going to be a good finish for the 96. Bob the Builder slowly closing in on the 00 of Doge Cube, but still has not been able to pass. Right on the back bumper now of that racing machine. Oh, trouble for the 28. That is Cole's Cube blowing up on the front straightaway. And they'll likely join the 44 of Daisy in the garage. They might actually stop on track. That might be a yellow flag. That would be good for our leaders, but let's see if the 28 can make it to pit road. But that looks to be terminal damage for that 28. Actually, it's 0.4. Ah, yeah, it's smoking. It's probably terminal. And Chow Cube coming out of pit road waves off the 28. And Cole's Cube will unfortunately, most likely not finish this race. Goes through the grass, but they will make it to pit road. But no yellow flag. But now back to the front. Still these two. Oh god, a lot of dirt from Cole's Cube going around, getting in the dirt before coming down pit road. Let's see if that cube actually retires from the race. Coming down to 10 laps to go pretty soon. We might actually end up having a pretty good finish between Bob the Builder and Doge Cube at the end. Let's see what happens now. Yep, terminal. Cole's Cube has died. And after finishing 4th at Daytona, I believe, 3rd or 4th, another good finish. Once again outdone by an engine failure. Same thing that happened to the 16, and same thing that happened to the 96 of Chow Cube. The camshaft failure will do in the 28's hard work today. I believe that's half the field now. Yep, a good half that have retired from the race due to incident or engine failure or something or the other. But Bob the Builder really now catching up to the back end of Doge Cube, and Trolling is waiting in the wings, waiting for something to happen. Gun has actually moved up to the 5th position. Among Us has actually fallen back to 7th. And Bracelin in the 80 now to 6th. But it's going to be a battle between these two at the end, unless the 33 and the 98 can close in and catch the leaders. With almost 10 laps to go now, who knows who it'll be at the end. Actually, I believe both of these started on the front row. Actually, no, Bob the Builder started 13th. And yeah, Doge Cube started on pole. Definitely one of the fastest cubes of the whole race. But now the 5 of Hee Hee Ha might slow him down. Let's see if that actually happens. And they both get around the 5 with no issues. Maybe, yes. Both of them will get around the slow car with no issues whatsoever. Actually, the 5 is going to draft around the side of the 46, slow him down a little bit in the corners. And we'll actually get ahead of the 46 a little bit, block him. That'll give Doge Cube a much bigger lead. And now Trolling looking to take second away, but now Raccoon in the 45 might actually slow up our leaders, and Amori Jr. as well. This might get pretty hectic for Doge Cube in his lead. Bob the Builder gets around with no problems whatsoever. Raccoon's going to slide up to the top lane. Donkey Kong is actually going to get to the outside of Troll Cube and will take away that 4th place position. We'll get around the 45 with no problems whatsoever. Now to 3rd. But now Bob the Builder closing in with very good run in turns 1 and 2. Right on the back bumper, and now he's going to make a run for the lead. Actually, maybe not. But still right back on the back bumper of Doge Cube. And now they're catching up to the 0-2 of Omori Jr. Still very close between the two. Now Bob the Builder going for the lead. But Doge Cube will take it away as Doge Cube is faster on the outside lane. But Bob the Builder is better at closing in. But how much will this 0-2 slow down Doge Cube, who wants to stay out front as much as they can? This might get interesting here as we're closing in on 5 laps to go. Doge Cube now making a run. Donkey Kong is now caught up with our leaders. Might make for some interesting moves as Donkey Kong making a run. Pushes the 46 up the track, but is the 46 going to keep the momentum in the middle lane? Yes, they will, but that'll give Doge Cube an even bigger lead now since they are racing each other. Very close call for both of those leaders. And now Donkey Kong will force the 0-2 of Omori Jr. out of the way. He's like, hey, it's my turn. I want to get up front as well, and I want to win this race. Gun is actually still in the top 5 right now, having a pretty good run. Coming down 5 laps to go this time by. Who knows if Donkey Kong will actually be able to close in and help push Bob the Builder to the front. The next one they have to close into is Lightning McQueen. I don't think they'll be able to catch up to that cube before the end of this one. Actually, I think they might. And after that is Jinx and Blood Club, which they will absolutely not catch up to. 5 to go this time by. Donkey Kong losing some speed. Now it's just left up to the 46 of Bob the Builder. Donkey Kong will slide up the track a little bit. And now, 4 laps to go. Can Bob the Builder close in and take away the lead from Doge Cube? Looks like Trolling and Gun are starting to gain position a little bit as well, as Gun has closed the gap to under a second from our leader. Gotta watch out for that Gun. Might be able to shoot your shot. Literally shoot your shot, as Donkey Kong now making a run for second. Battling with Bob the Builder. But that'll allow Doge Cube to get further and further away. As these cubes all battle each other, did they get even closer? Yes, they did. And now they're making it 3 wide for third. But Gun gets the door slammed on by Donkey Kong, and now Trolling will take away third from the outside lane. With 3 laps to go around that time. Trolling now looking to the inside to try and make a move for second. Donkey Kong forces Gun up to the top lane. And this is all what Doge Cube needs to see in his mirror right now, as all of these cubes are battling each other out back. 2 to go this time by. A whole load of hungry hippos right behind, looking to take away that lead position of Doge Cube. Has been so good at blocking everyone else today. Gun is actually up to third. Interesting. Gun has now made his way up to third. Can Gun close in on the leaders? As Bob the Builder now closing in. Doge Cube lost a lot of spots back there. Coming to the white flag this time by. Who's it going to be at the end? Doge Cube leads. But who's going to win this race? Gun now making a move for second. Going to take it away from Bob the Builder. Gun looks to be the fastest one out of this pack right now. But can Gun close in on Doge Cube for the lead? I don't think it would be possible, as Donkey Kong is completely lost out now. Gun's making a run. Gonna get close, but no cigar. And for the first time in the CUBECAR series history, Doge Cube is going to go to victory lane at Auto Club. And Gun will come home second. Bob the Builder will come home third. Troll Cube fourth. Donkey Kong fifth. Racelin sixth. Among Us seventh. Let's look at the rest of the field. Dragalia lost 8th. Amori Sr. 9th. Pac-Mobile comes home to a top 10. Let me go ahead and export this real quick. And look at that retirement list. Actually, I gotta export it now. There we go. But there is your winner. Doge Cube wins for the first time in the CUBECAR series history. And no maidens there. The biggest loser out of that exchange. But thank you all for watching. We'll be back on Friday for the Las Vegas race. And, well, that's